first shot.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I think I did the same thing in my other one. I'm like, welcome back. And you
Welcome
know what?
back.
It's our first time here.
Yeah. On second thought, it's the
Right.
first time.
Yo, welcome to the first episode of the Jovial Pursuit podcast, where I talk to my good friend Brandon and we talk about shit. Really, it's more my pursuit to happiness that I hope leaches into other people. Let's
Well,
let's call it what it is. I
yeah.
want to show you guys who I am and how I got here. With the banterings of my great therapy friend here. He what? How long you been in the therapy game now, Brandon?
Ooh, I think 12 years.
Over a
Yeah.
decade. Over a decade in the mix, and I'm like, you got a wealth of knowledge, bro. Wealth of knowledge. Where I'm like, who do I challenge more than the professionals?
I don't know, man. Wealth of knowledge is a generous, generous estimation. I have random ideas that I randomly pull out of my backside and go, what about this one?
You be helping, whatever works.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, you know what? Let's go ahead and have you tell us a little bit about yourself. They know me and my stupid randomness, so let's get a little bit of your background. Brandon,
Yeah.
floor is yours.
I'm a marriage and family therapist in central Minnesota. I came I I came into the mental health world because I initially wanted, well, it was more of an accident because I was going to be an engineer, and I loved
So an
solving
engineer of the mind.
it was no, like I got my mind messed with by a psych professor in like an undergrad class, and I was like, psychology is kind of dumb, and he was like, is it? And I was like, probably. Um, so
That's the
just not
same
my greatest
sentiment I
moment.
held.
It wasn't great, and I was like, I like engineering because I like solving problems, mysteries, like
Mhm.
fixing. I like diving into stuff and figuring out how it works. And he was like, you know what the most difficult problem to solve is? And I was like, no. And he goes, the human mind. And that was the moment where I went, oh, okay, all right.
My guy
I
likes
see
a
where,
challenge.
yeah. And so then I moved to St. Cloud, went through the marriage and family therapy program there, and kind of just been in private practice and different different clinics around the central Minnesota area. And so now kind of have my own private practice and running around doing all sorts of
Bro,
crazy fun
I just
stuff.
want to say I'm so proud on camera. That was a big step for you, bro. To leave your
It-
last establishment and tread your own path, like that's
yeah,
hard.
yeah, yeah. It's it's a weird dynamic because
Hmm.
you have to interact on the business side of things, which you get to learn a lot more.
There.
Um, but but I think it's been fun. It's been a really cool adventure and trying to learn a lot of different things. So it's just been fun. It's opened up some doors for different creativity for things that we're trying to grow and develop, like all sorts of different things. Like
Right. That's
well,
what's up.
we wrote some grants where we were able to provide mental health services for like youth centers. So it's kind of been fun.
I don't like you.
Why? What did I do?
You're
I
too
didn't do
wholesome.
anything.
No, I don't like it. You're too wholesome.
And then I do crack cocaine on the side.
For coke,
There.
right? My man. Went straight into the heavy drugs. You didn't even just say
Yep.
cocaine. You said crack cocaine. Like, wow. Oh, we
Yeah.
there now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, just skip
Dude,
all
no,
the
that's
others.
that's fantastic, bro. I it was one of those things when you first told me about it. I love that for you. I know it's difficult to really start to forge in the mental health sphere that kind of like I'm going out solo. I'm not a part of a group. I'm trying to like set it up. You know, if I'm not mistaken, it was you and a couple other people, but nonetheless, it's the matter of you guys setting up your own practice, getting involved in that. Would you say that that came with mainly good, or like some many difficulties along that route?
Um, it was mostly good, and I really so the reason I'm making that face is because
Right.
I like the challenges. Like again, I got into
Okay.
this field because someone was like, "What about this one?" And I was like, "I like a challenge. Let's see." All right, yeah.
Nice.
So even if there were difficulties, I think I'd still be like, "All right," and like I like this just because it's I don't know, it makes life
Right.
interesting.
It's I like a good puzzle, a good challenge. It's my life essence comes from. It's like, bro, if I'm not being challenged, fuck this, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I very much get that. That's fantastic, dude. So I think let's start with the first topic of the entire thing is how feelings suck. Yeah,
just right there.
we right into the mix because you know what, that's the main portion of your field that I completely am like, you take in a lot of other people's things and have to compartmentalize along your way to have it lessen your take home effect, where I want to talk about feelings because we have this general thing like right now, feelings are the most important thing. And I don't want to take away from feelings, but I want there to maybe a different tone on how feelings should be used. So before I go into my spiel, because let's face it, I got an opinion. Let me hear some of your views on how people deal with feelings, how you deal with feelings. Let's start there.
Man, I mean that's a good starting point. That's just feeling like all right now go.
Bro, it was supposed to be
Oh man.
accountability, and I was like, nah, feelings.
Nope. Didn't. Um I a lot of people like feelings are kind of tricky. Feelings are tricky
Mhm.
because like on one hand they're really valid and useful. On the other hand, they can be a little sneaky on you. Like they can change for some silly reasons
Right.
that you don't really know. So it's like so it's like this dance on a on a tightrope, like with me and emotions,
Mm.
because how I deal with them, like you feel them and they're real, they're an experience. But then I think there's a follow up that I tend to do in my own mind of where are they coming from or what are they related to,
Mhm.
or even asking like what's the function of them.
Right.
Um, because sometimes like I'll feel certain things and and they're meant to serve a purpose in some other way,
Yeah.
um, either to sort of build a different connection with someone or sort of uh, it might be sort of relational dynamic that's there, but it is but emotions like I don't know that they always suck, but they're sneaky because
Mm.
you gotta like feel them and then
Nah, they
also be
suck,
like
bro. Fuck
what
that.
angle are you where are you coming from then,
Uh,
like what
every bit of what you said, I agree with until you said that they don't suck. Where I'm like, nah, bro.
just not
Emotions fucking
100%,
suck, dude.
not 100% of the time. I
uh, well, when you step into the second step that you mentioned of processing those
mm,
emotions, that's when they suck less. But in the moment,
yeah.
bro, fuck emotions, dude. God damn. No, bro. I can't stand it. I hate it, dude. I'd be like, oh, I'm so angry right now. I'd be like, but now I gotta sit here and process why am I upset? Why am I maybe just because I wanna, like many others, I wanna stay in the moment of the emotion because you don't have to rationalize anything there. So like it's because I recognize that second step where I'm like, oh, well, that first part was stupid, but it's still the useful tool that we are created with. So I'm like, all right, fine. Let me figure this out.
Yeah.
Again, the challenge portion, because I often wonder why am I upset? Why am I bothered when it could be something super menial? Like you promised you were gonna check in and you didn't.
Hmm.
Why does that affect me more so than some other people? And it's one, I don't like feeling this anxious moment of like, all right, they haven't checked in, like what's going on? So I'm like, the quicker path to get out of it for me is to dive into it.
Yeah.
It's like it's shockingly cold water, but it's like once you're in there and you're like, breathe, breathe, okay, ooh.
Now we're good.
I don't like this, but it's probably good for my heart. So
Yeah. Man. Yeah. But it but that's quite I don't know. Like it's that's part isn't that just part of life and living is having the
yeah,
emotional experience that brings it like welcomes you into life and like welcome like there's good, there's bad, there's everything in between.
this is why
And
I ain't want to show the therapist because they're gonna bring out this logic situation of oh, but isn't that the point of life?
well, no, it's not even just like it's not even like the therapist part. It's like that's the same sort of stuff I got to do for myself. Like so
Right.
just being a therapist doesn't mean you have everything locked down and perfect. Like that's the same process I
Dude,
have to do with
that's very fair. I
yeah.
Here's one of my reasons of wanting to have more conversations with you. Again, you're a therapist. I challenge y'all. That's kind of my thing. Um, but it's not only for my own challenge because you give an element where therapists go through a lot and they don't have as many expressive outer line points that they can lean into, or the fact that people assume, like myself, that therapists went through school to figure this all out. They know this. They better be applying it to their lives. And then, mm, mm, maybe not. Where because it's the same conversation of I shouldn't see a doctor smoking a cigarette,
Mhm.
but you're telling me not to smoke cigarettes. I don't. You're still human, so there's only so much that you can kind of fend off. So I,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this can be an expressive point for therapists when I start to ask them questions like, "Hey, what's some of your darkest moments in therapy?" Question coming near
Like,
you, 100%.
oh, wait, is that like a real question right now or for like
Maybe not
later?
necessarily right now, but I want to give some people like some time. Let's like ease into it, but
Okay.
coming
All right.
coming in hot, coming real hot
Ooh.
because
See, now,
it's therapy for themselves. Shit.
yeah, that's true. I was just gonna be like, a lot of my grad students probably are like, ooh, I wonder if he'll tell that story. Like,
I'm hoping you do.
like
It's
there's some interesting ones.
That's what's up because it's through those challenges, like you said for yourself, that you find greater understanding. So let's talk about those moments that
Hmm.
are the toughest parts. You got to grind through the trenches with somebody, and you don't really know what the outcome's going to be. Do they self
Yep.
implode? Do they properly make a treaty? Is there, hey, all right, the war is done. I'm ending this, but that doesn't mean that I submit to your
Yeah.
side of things. Where I'm like, there's many conversations that I hope come out of this subject, but mainly that emotions suck, but use them properly. God damn it. They do, bro. Emotions.
Ooh,
What do I
ooh.
have written down?
I got a hot take on that though.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, hit me.
Emotions. All right, ready? You're not gonna like it. I already know.
Oh,
Emotions suck if they're related to no, I can't say that. I was gonna say if they're related to pain. Because I think emotions like
what
in
about the people
healthy
who don't want to be happy?
mm,
Look at me like that. Go on, bro.
what about the people that don't want to be happy? Okay.
The way you're like, come on, son. Okay.
Yeah.
I put my head
That's
down
it.
in
That's it.
shame. Like, come on,
Yeah.
don't browbeat me into this.
No, but like emotions, like the moments the things that make them suck is pain and sort of that's a function of emotions is
Yeah,
you have to have the good and the bad
yeah,
and and
I
so that's
agree.
why like it does suck but not all the time and the reason why they suck there's always a logical reason.
You put the proper caveat, not all the time.
Yeah.
Cause I want to even lump them in together. Like, bro, there's sometimes I don't want to be happy where I'll be like, nah, fuck this. I'm not smiling. I'm not laughing. Fuck off. I'm in my moment. Shut up. And I'd be just like chuckling.
I'm not happy right now.
Right. On some thug shit for no reason, bro. Black men, start talking. You, you start talking. Cause this is stupid. Why are
Yeah.
we not allowed? Bro, you so funny, but also what do we do? Like you're laughing
Right.
inside, just let it out, bro.
Yep.
Where yeah, because we don't want to get past that initial threshold. That's what really sucks.
Yeah.
It's like it's the one thing we've been hanging on to is this sadness or this anger or the feeling that I'm the only one here. Maybe not even just like sadness or anger, but like I'm alone.
Mm-hmm.
When that's not the case, bro. There's almost
Right.
always I don't I don't know a single person in history that didn't actually have anybody. Zero people at all.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. dark dark jokes start running through, running
Come,
through
don't
like
worry, we'll get there.
I know
I can't wait
because
for that.
I think like first thought was just like let's see let's run through the serial killers like
But even them, they be in like, but yeah, he was a sweet dude.
yeah
I was
but
so surprised. He was a
yeah
little quiet, but he was kind to people. Where I'm like, even then, there's this structure where it's like, but I mean, I was amicable because he was nice to me, at the very least. That means
hmm
that someone's still thinking of you in a positive light, which means you're not alone. If you got at
yeah
least one person still saying, bro, I know you don't see it, but I see it, I'm here. I'm
yeah
not leaving. That's
right
really the one fucking arm pull in the big dugout hole that many people need.
yeah
Is like, bro, I just know you got somebody that's reaching an arm out at the end of the
yeah
day.
yeah
So anyone who does that, who's that person for other people, props to you, but also take care of yourself.
yeah
You can't
so true
selflessly just give and give and give and expect that not to withdraw out of your account.
hmm
Oh, you're gonna overdraw.
yep
Oh, and
yep
them taxes, them fees, gonna hit you.
hmm
Realized recently I'm an analogy man.
let me just paint this picture for you
It's always a verbal structure of like something that they can relate to. I'm like, nah, because
yeah
everyone knows a bank account. And when that's empty, it's troubling. And when it's negative empty,
yep then you're in deep trouble
so I
uh,
shout out to those people, but also watch yourselves.
yeah, yeah it's true. That's good. It's
I
a good
agree
analogy, though.
with your feeling that, especially the caveat that you said of it's not bad all the time.
Mhm.
You want to go a little bit further into that?
Well, you remember, speaking of analogies, like it's kind of like the analogy of like, can you have dark without light? Like,
Mm,
can you, like, you need both to reveal the other. It's like the yin and the yang, if you will. Like, positive emotion and negative emotion run hand in hand, because the only way that you know the other one exists is by the presence of the other.
facts.
So
That's that's the man. That was a really good one from an analogy.
see, like I said, just like
You just pull
look
that
at
out,
this.
Rasengan. Whoa, I could do this.
Oh,
Oh, a little anime
but
joke from my friends. Goddamn.
like,
Bro, it's never been a more popular time to be a nerd. All through my high
it,
school career, none of this was flying.
so true,
I'm like,
so
we
true.
in here. I can make those jokes and be like, what do you say? Like, nah, somebody's gonna get it.
Yeah, can you imagine like what it's like to be all the people that are like still living in the world where like being a nerd is like something you make fun of, and they're like trying to go out and like make fun of nerds, and then they're like, "Oh, what?
Did you
We
not get
have
the memo, bro? Times have changed.
right." Can you imagine that culture shock of like, "Oh no, times have
Isn't
changed.
that
Now
not
I'm the
what's
one they
going
make."
on currently? Is our old people have a massive culture shock going on? Like, wait, so y'all don't beat up on nerds anymore?
I mean,
What?
there's a lot of culture shock going around. Like, wait, this plays now? Oh, all right, cool, cool, cool,
It's gotten
cool.
very, very ethnic around here.
I thought you were keeping the dark. I thought you were keeping the dark jokes for later.
I was supposed to. I was supposed to. I said, you know what?
See,
Jump into it. I'm already jumping in everything. Here's the thing. I got like homework. I literally it says mental health homework for short films. That I'm like, I look down and I'm like, nah, but this. I'm gonna talk about this too. And nah, but hold on, but this as well. It's first
dude,
episode vibes, man. First episode vibes.
there you
I'm
go.
just
It's good.
there's because I want people to understand I'm tackling everything. Everything that affects me, I'm a speak on. Every little bit of it. So if you don't want to hear it, fucking click off the video. I don't care. This it's not about y'all. It's for the people who want to hear it. They're gonna hear it. If they don't, cool.
Yep.
I'm gonna use my voice though, goddamn. You don't
There you
tell
go.
me otherwise. I'm gonna use my voice. Nah, I've been able to talk with you in the past about like some of the turbulence of my life where I'm like, I just wish I had someone who had been through some of those things openly discussing it so where I
Hmm.
felt like I'm not alone. And
Yeah.
I want first and foremost, whoever has felt anything that I felt, you aren't alone. You never
Yeah.
were, never will be. There's a there's always a collective of us that feel some type of way.
Hmm.
And part of my issue growing up was not reaching out. I want to be a source for people to reach out to because
It's
I
good.
know how difficult it is.
Hmm.
And we can't just keep bottling everything up. It's
Yeah.
just it's not right. It's not a part of the jovial pursuit, goddamn.
Oh, well,
You
just
see
like
it?
slide. Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
it?
Yep.
But shoot, I think we're gonna wrap it up for today.
All right.
I wanna say thank you, Brandon, for hopping on this with me, for being a co-host.
Yeah, it's gonna be
This,
fun.
we got a lot in store, man. So I want to say thank you to all the that have watched, who listen. We'll be on more social media pages, podcast pages as times progress. Thank you and have a great day.